Hello everybody. Just getting out the plastic here because, we are getting into March fairly well. And we are due to actually have a freeze or frost tonight. Crazy. In all of my years of growing, and I keep track of cold snaps, I have never had to worry about a frost in March before. Go figure. That's what this plastic is, getting ready to cover some things. But look at this beauty right here. Oh, beautiful. This is a white jade pineapple. Yes. And I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to eat it behind the camera and tell you guys what it tastes like. I stopped the video there for a second, but I figured I'd pull it off and then stop it. So, this one isn't very large. Got a twister there. But beautiful. Perfectly ripe. It's about over a pound. It's actually pretty heavy, so I wouldn't be that heavy. Now, white jade is a really decent white flesh pineapple. The only issue is they are stress fruiters, which means even though these pineapples can get up to 3, 4, 5 pounds, they generally don't because the plants tend to fruit really early, which isn't necessarily bad if you want pineapples all the time, but they fruit really early and they sucker very, very heavily. You can see right there where I removed the pineapple, there's 2 little suckers that grew on it. I actually removed 15 suckers besides those 2 from underneath this fruit. Yeah, and I did let some get fairly large, which is probably why the fruit is not that big. Hey, I'm back, everybody. Not that you knew I was gone. I had to run and get a towel because underneath that on this table is something very special that I'm filming that you guys aren't to know about yet. So I had to prepare a little bit here. But look at that. Beautiful, by the way. Oh, gosh. This is beautiful, guys. This is the one thing, the amazing thing about growing your own food. Nobody, very, very few people ever get to try a properly ripened pineapple or anything. And the aroma coming off of this is just mind-blowing. Oh, amazing smelling, guys. Like I was saying, this is a very small pineapple. It's about as big as my fist there. And white jade, it's very common because it is tissue cultured. It's one of probably the most common tissue cultured pineapples you can find now. And it's not a bad pineapple. It's got good flavor, really, really great sweetness. But it's not the best, There are other pineapple varieties that are much, mind-blowing. The smell on this is amazing, but flavor, we'll see. And like I said, this is a very, like I keep saying, like I said, crappy YouTube videos, guys. They sucker like crazy. The plants send up slips, suckers like crazy. The fruits, when they flower, send up slips or suckers, whatever you want to call them, like crazy, okay? One white jade plant can become a lot of white jade plants very quickly. But the fruit quality and the fruit size really suffer for that. But on the flip side, you can have a lot of plants that fruit relatively quickly for a pineapple. There's very, very few pineapples that can fruit in about a year, and this is one of them. But a lot of times, and have a bad habit of flowering, and they don't produce a pineapple at all, which is kind of weird. But Something I've noticed with this, especially with the smaller plants, if they get stressed with water stress or heat stress, they will flower, bolt, but with no pineapple. They won't pollinate or anything, which kind of sucks. And that happens at about 30%, 30 to 50% of the plants I have of this variety, which I have a few others that'll do it on occasion, but this one is really bad at it. It just bolts very easily, and if it's a small plant, the likelihood of you getting a pineapple, diminishes greatly. But even larger plants, because they do produce so many offshoots and suckers, if you don't water them and really take care of them, you don't get big pineapples. But let's see if the flavor makes up for it. Now this is just a crappy one-man production, guys, so I'm gonna have to set you down while I cut this baby. But hang on, you just stay right there. Look at that knife. Oh gosh, that smells good. That is just amazing smell. Pineapples in general, I love pineapples. Oh, really amazing. Really. Oh, you guys are jealous. Let's cut it open. And there we go, guys. Ooh, I'm telling you now, I'm out in my yard. The wind is blowing. It's actually only about, 49 degrees right now. And, wow, the smell on this. And I can tell you now, I did let it get a little ripe, you can see. Sugar spots. Getting a little ripe. And it's actually very yellow. But that is just because this guy is really, really, really ripe. Ideally, especially with a lot of white pineapples, you want to pick them a tad green. This one you can see is turning orange and red on the outside. It is very ripe. And let's see, I'm going to give this a try. So you guys just hang on, just look at that right there. Very juicy. I'm going to choke on the juice there. Well, I can tell you now, it's got that aromatic floralness that you get in your nose. That's where that's coming from. Lightly sweet, very juicy. But the major thing is the aromatic. Gosh, you get that right in your nose. Zero acid in this, by the way. Absolutely no acid. No acid whatsoever. But aromatic like you can't believe. Still getting it. Just wafting in my nose. So there you go, guys. White Jade, very juicy. Lightly sweet. Very, very aromatic. This is, you eat your nose too, guys. That's where all your taste is. And that's where this is shining through. And out of the other ones that I've had before over the years, that is very true of this variety. It is lightly sweet, but you get the floral aromatic from it, and that's where it really shines. That would probably be really good in a fruit salad. Something where you don't want too much sweetness, but you want that good aroma. That translates into some good flavor. So see you later, guys. White Jade pineapple. I love pineapples, so it's definitely one to grow.